Soccer Angels Saga.
You had one man. One man you'd do anything and everything for. Caden, the assistant coach who's been coaching over time for your small soccer team. He's handsome, attractive, and so unavailable. After practice, you walk up past Caden with Sophie, your best friend. But Caden stops you. Caden says your tackles are just getting better, it seems, and that you're taking in all his tips. You tell Caden you're just doing your best. Caden nods, his eyes scanning yours. You tell Caden you were hoping he'd get back to you about trying those milkshakes he raved about. Caden's warm smile slowly fades. Caden says he was hoping you two could just hang out at his place. Maybe even watch the new series you like. But you shake your head and say you'd have loved for a date with him. Caden asks if he could just pick you up then to go for a late-night drive somewhere. You say that'll be nice and ask what time. Caden says he'll be able to pick you up anytime after 12, as he has things to do. You tell him that's fine, despite your sinking heart. Caden smiles approvingly and says he'll see you later. 12:40 a.m. You sit up in your bedroom, waiting for Caden to pull up. He's running so very late, it seems. You texted him twice, and it simply wasn't in you to text him a third time. But phoning, that didn't count. You ring Caden, who actually picks up. You ask Caden if he's still coming. You can hear he's occupied somewhere. Caden asks if he could call you back. You quickly ask Caden if he's on his way, but he says he's not coming anymore. You tell him that's okay, and that you'll just see him at practice. Caden tells you to sleep tight, before he promptly hangs up. You feel your heart shatter as you put your phone aside. What a disappointment. And the most pathetic ones in the playbook. Anyway, at least you don't have to sneak out the house tonight. You sigh as you pull off your leather jacket, feeling your tears swell, more out of embarrassment than anything. You'd never have imagined this happening to you, ever.
Soccer Angels Saga.
You've known Tristan since you were a child. He was close friends with your older brother before your brother moved to Jakarta. Tristan also attended the same primary school as you. You always thought he was the absolute cutest in your youth. But he was always so troublesome and distant, with his mother complaining so much about him. Tristan stopped coming by after your brother left, but both your mothers remained good friends. Thursday, the 1st. You're at home in your lazy clothes when you hear visitors in the lounge. You sigh and get up to change. You didn't feel like this right now. You just wanted to sulk about Caden. When you enter the living room to greet, you find Tristan and his mother. Tristan greets you, long time no see, and you two briefly speak while your mothers chat away. Tristan asks when your brother's planning on returning home. You say Timmy isn't coming back anytime soon. Tristan says you must be happy with this level of peace, noting your relaxed demeanor not having your disastrous brother here. You joke and say it's perfect. No annoying Timmy and his friends. An offended Tristan looks at you with shock and says he was never annoying. His light beard does his handsome face so well. He's in a black track pants and white sneakers. You ask Tristan what he's up to nowadays. Tristan says he's just at home, chilling and stuff. You find out he recently left his job. You and Tristan continue babbling away, and you find yourself so enchanted by him. He's become far more handsome and rugged, while still keeping his signature boyish look. Tristan says you two should hang out soon, to talk more. You agree and say it'll be nice to catch up. Tristan's gentle gaze lingers on yours for a bit longer than normal, his brown eyes sending a shiver down your spine. He says he has to get his mum home before she moans. You nod, but say you'll see him soon. You and Tristan get up. Tristan says it was nice seeing you. You agree, feeling your cheeks burn up a bit. You and Tristan greet each other goodbye, for now.
Soccer Angels Saga.
At soccer practice, Caden asks why you're ignoring him. You say you're not, and that you're just locked in this morning. Caden asks if you're mad at him. You lie and say you're not. You say you know he's a busy guy and has things to do. Caden says he knows you're upset though. You sigh and try to return to center field, but Caden's tall frame blocks your way. Caden asks if he could pick you up tonight and early, around 6 if you're free. You hesitate and say you don't know. Caden says he was a dick the other night, and that he just wants to make it up to you. Spend some time with you, alone. You try so hard to resist him, but your heart simply cannot refuse him even now.
Soccer Angels Saga.
You and Sophia return home after soccer practice to find your mum and Tristan moving a fridge in the kitchen. You and Sophie greet them before asking what's going on. Your mum says she needed help moving the fridge. You say you could have helped her instead of her bringing Tristan all the way. Tristan says it's okay as he hops over misplaced plugs to greet you. You look up at him, embarrassed, and say you're sorry about that. Tristan says it's all good, and that it's a heavy fridge. Tristan is dressed in his slides, white sweater, and a gray track pants showing off his soccer bottom. You get cold water out the fridge. Feeling his eyes scan you, Tristan asks if you'd ever watch him play one of his own soccer matches. You gulp down iced water. You tell Tristan he has his girlfriend for that, but Tristan says he doesn't date. You ask if he's a red flag then. Tristan says he's just an Amber Alert gone green. Okay, traffic light. You tell him, teasing him. Your mom interrupts you both and asks Tristan if he'd like to stay for supper. Tristan meets your gaze before saying he'd like to stay. Your mom smiles approvingly and tells you to help with the paella. You whisper that you have a date for tonight, but your mom frowns. She tells you you're not going anywhere and that you have Tristan as a guest tonight. You whisper that this is so last minute. Your mom snaps and tells you to stop being so selfish. You suppress your anger as you retreat to your room to change, feeling so upset right now.
Soccer Angels Saga.
Supper goes smoothly, though. Your father asks Tristan all sorts of invasive questions, to which Tristan tries to answer without feeling embarrassed. Tristan helps you clear the table and compliments your paella. You ask if he'd like the recipe. Tristan roars with laughter at your faith in his cooking ability. He says he'll just end up burning the kitchen down. Tristan says he'll do the dishes, whilst you cook the meals. You agree and tell Tristan he can start his end of the bargain now. Tristan moans that he's the guest. How could he be expected to do dishes? So you lied? About doing the dishes? You play with him as he follows you to the kitchen with stacked plates. Tristan says he hasn't lied once tonight, at least not yet. You whack Tristan with a dishcloth. Tristan splashes clean dishwater onto you, slightly wetting the kitchen floor. You gasp and grab dishwasher liquid, which you squirt onto his white sweater. Tristan pauses his counterattack to inspect his shirt. He wipes at the liquid soap stain and says you owe him a new sweater. You roll your eyes and ask if he'd at least help you dry off the dishes.
Soccer Angels Saga.
Later, you walk Tristan out and onto your porch. He thanks you for the evening. You tell him he's more than welcome. Tristan steps closer to you, making you a bit nervous. He asks if you want to head out with him for a mean milkshake at Barry's. Just as you're about to answer, Caden pulls up. Caden hops out his car before he greets both you and Tristan. You tell Caden he stood you up and that you're still not over it. Caden frowns and talks softly to you, excluding Tristan from the conversation. Caden says he was dealing with his uncle at the hospital. You tell Caden he could have at least let you know. Caden apologizes and says he just wants to make it up to you. His eyes are sincere and pleading. Tristan tells you not to listen to this player. He gently pulls Caden away from you. Caden asks Tristan what his problem is.
Soccer Angels Saga.
Tristan tells Caden he's invading your space and that he should watch his tone. Caden fully turns to Tristan, who nudges him almost aggressively. Caden pushes Tristan away from him, causing him to nearly fumble out of his slippers. You tell Caden and Tristan to stop it as your father comes out. And now furious, Tristan yells at Caden to not get pushy with him. But Caden tempts him and tells him not to start something he can't finish. Your father orders Tristan to leave Caden alone and to head on back home. Tristan gives Caden a menacing glare before retreating to his car. Your father asks Caden if he has somewhere to be. You whisper to Caden to just go, and that you'll message him later. Caden hesitates, but eventually heeds your request and leaves.
Soccer Angels Saga.
You put your brown hair into a ponytail as you and your dad walk back into the house. Your father asks who the other guy was. You say it's a friend. Your dad says he only wants you speaking to Tristan. You ask why Tristan. Your father gives you a blank stare. He says he's been speaking with Tristan's parents for an arranged marriage between you two. This is why he's been frequently visiting. You pause before giggling softly. You ask your dad if he's serious. Your dad nods, just as your mum joins you two. Your mum tells you to give Tristan a chance. She says he's changed a lot, and is so mature and respectful now. You ask your parents if Tristan even knows about this arrangement. Your father says he does, and is very serious about being with you. Your mum says this marriage is so much better than dating all these boys who don't even know what they want, who just want to mess about without ever committing. You agree, but admit you need time to think about this.
Soccer Angels Saga.
Monday, the 5th. You stroll onto the soccer field in Blue Ridge, hoping to watch Tristan play. You needed to speak to him. Tristan is an excellent player, despite his occurring outbursts on the field. A sweaty Tristan gulps water as he comes up to you at the bleachers. He's really happy to see you. He sits next to you, drenched in sweat. What a lovely surprise, he tells you. You say you wanted to watch him play since he asked. Tristan said you're making his entire day right now. It's so awkward when you realize this could very well be your husband. You thank him for having your back Friday night, even though it got just a tiny bit heated. Tristan says he doesn't want you near this Caden chap. We're not exactly dating Tristan, you tell him. But Tristan remains unmoved and says he's set to be your husband. You tell Tristan you haven't even agreed to marry him yet. Tristan asks if you're against the idea then. You say you're not, but still don't know. Tristan somehow sees through to your shielded heart. He shifts closer to you. Tristan says he's always cared about you and wished to one day be blessed enough to make you happy. He asks how you'd feel about spending more time with him, allowing him to prove himself to you. And if he doesn't totally scare you away, he'll properly ask for your hand and propose. Your eyes lock on his. You can't help but trust Tristan's integrity and intentions. You agree with him and say you'd like that. A smile plays on his face. Tristan says it's all sorted then. He gets up and says he has to get back to soccer practice, but that he'll see you in a bit. You nod and smile approvingly. You fondly watch Tristan jog back to the field, feeling a warmth in the pit of your stomach.
Soccer Angels Saga.
8:30 p.m. You're at the county fair when you bump into Caden. He asks where you've been, and that you didn't attend soccer practice this week. You admit you were busy. Caden asks what you were busy with. You don't know how to tell him. You just say you were busy with family arrangements. Caden says that's cool. You and Caden stroll through the fair, making friendly chat. He gets you churros and candy floss, despite your hesitant refusal. Caden asks if you're free for coffee tomorrow. But you tell Caden you're getting married to Tristan. Caden frowns. He says, you don't even know the guy. You tell Caden you've been getting to know Tristan very well. Are you just marrying Tristan because you're scared I won't commit to you? Caden asks you. You say it's not about him. Caden says he's been wanting to be with you, take you out and be there for you. But you keep pushing him away, and now he knows why. You tell Caden you thought he was a player. Caden says he is, but is trying so hard to change. Yet you're not even keen on this anymore.
Soccer Angel Saga.
You're brushing your hair when Caden shows up outside the sliding door to your room. You tell Caden he can't be here, and that your dad will go crazy. Caden says he wants to prove himself to you, if you'll let him. He says he knows exactly what you want, and that he's going to give it to you. Caden says he knows you want a commitment, security, and promise, which he hasn't given you yet. You ask Caden why he's doing all this. Caden says you don't take him seriously because you think he's a playboy. But you tell him he is in fact a playboy, and that he's used to us soccer girlies being available for him. Caden tells you to give him a chance, to let him show you just how much you mean to him. You tell Caden it's too late. Caden says it's not. Caden says it's been nearly a full year that he's gotten to know you and coach you, and that you're the one he wants. It took nearly losing you to make him realize just how much you mean to him. Caden says he's fallen in love with you and that he wants to be your husband. He says he'll give you the commitment you want and need. Caden gets down on one knee. You cover your mouth in pure shock. Caden opens a little black box with a sapphire diamond ring. Caden asks if you'll marry him. You say you can't do this. Caden says he knows you're scared, but that you'll work through this together. He says he'll be the one who'll deal with whatever is to come. Caden says he knows you want him as much as he wants you. He says he wants to be a part of your life. You stare at his handsome face as he holds up the ring. You nod and say yes to Caden. Caden's face lights up with a bright smile as he puts the ring through your finger. He gets up and says he'll speak to your dad. He tells you not to worry. You nod, feeling a mixture of emotions.
Soccer Angel Saga.
You're lying on your bed, staring at your beautiful sapphire engagement ring. You feel so elated and proud to be engaged to Caden, the man you've only dreamed of being with. You can't stop thinking about him and his confession to you. Soon you'll get married and spend every single day waking up beside him as your husband. You hear his familiar voice in your living room. You didn't even know he was here. You sit up just as your mom and dad storm into your bedroom. How could you say yes to this man? Father scolds. Do you have any idea what you have done? He continues. You tell your dad it's your decision. Your mother tells you you've lost it and that you aren't marrying Caden. You tell your parents they can't do this to you. You and your parents walk into your front lounge where Caden waits, patient yet concerned. Your father tells him he has other plans for you. He tells Caden he doesn't think he's ready to be your husband. Caden says he is, and that he wants to do right by you. You tell your parents to just give him a chance. Caden tells your parents he's had his time to mess around and act a fool, but that you've opened him up to a better life for himself, with you. Caden says he's willing to do anything to be with you, even if it means proving himself worthy as a husband. You stand beside Caden and assure them about this decision. Caden tells your parents this is what you both want. Your parents exchange looks, their expressions softening. Tristan suddenly steps up your front door. You pause and meet his gaze as he notices Caden and the engagement ring on your finger.
Soccer Angel Saga.
Tristan exclaims before suddenly pouncing on Caden. Caden gets hurled onto the glass table, shattering it. Tristan punches Caden's face, right before Caden aggressively rolls him over. He punches Tristan's face, once, twice. But Tristan throws him off of him. The two men get up. Caden wipes at the blood at his mouth and tells Tristan he's not putting up with this. Your father firmly holds at Caden's long arm, restraining him. Tristan turns to you, upset and confused, and asks how on earth you could want to marry this man. You can't even bring yourself to speak as Tristan goes off. Tristan says Caden will hurt you so badly. You tell Tristan he isn't going to. Tristan cannot hide his hurt right now. He says you're making the biggest mistake. You tell Tristan you're so sorry about this, but Tristan doesn't answer you. His eyes are wounded. His heart is shattered. He storms off. You try and run after him, but your mum stops you and says it is done. Your mum hugs you as you cry in her arms, feeling so sad right now. Caden softly asks if you want him to stay. Your mother answers for you and says it's okay. Your dad tells Caden he's already having you sacrifice a lot to marry him, and that he won't tolerate Caden wasting this opportunity. Caden assures your father of his intentions. Your father nods and tells Caden to be here tomorrow by 6. Caden says he'll do so. He greets before quietly leaving.
Soccer Angels Saga.
Sophie says you look so beautiful. She says she really can't believe you're the first one getting married. You unintentionally cut her excitement, though, and tell Sophie you're scared. Sophie sighs and asks why. She reminds you that Caden chose to marry you, to love you and ensure you're his. He's not doing this for any benefit outside of finally getting to be with you. You ask Sophie if she thinks you rushed into this. Sophie shakes her head and says this marriage is a blessing. She hugs you tightly and tells you to lighten up. It's your wedding day, and you're marrying the literal heartthrob all the other soccer girlies would do anything to be with. You smile and tell her she has a point.
Soccer Angels Saga.
You can hardly control your heart as you walk down the aisle, carrying a bouquet of cream roses. You can already see Caden, unable to suppress his handsome smile. Your nerves only intensify at the sight of your man. He reaches out his hand and says, "You look so beautiful." You smile warmly and take his hand as you stand beside him. You and Caden say your vows. His hands are warm and big, and he smells so enthralling and masculine. He looks so happy to be standing in front of you. He puts your stunning wedding ring on your finger. You then put his wedding band on his long ring finger. His eyes continue to scan you, still in awe of your breathtaking beauty. Everything appears to stand still when you're pronounced married. Caden's eyes are drunk with his love for you. His smile fades ever so slightly as his lovesick eyes drop to your lips. He leans in to kiss your lips. You kiss Caden back, hearing your families cheer behind you both. You nearly drown in his arms as he kisses your mouth delicately, lips as soft as cushions as you hold him close.
Soccer Angels Saga.
You and Caden have another intimate kiss, out in the woods. His tongue slips into your mouth as he savors your embrace. Caden whispers how he can't wait to end the night already and begin the honeymoon with you. You agree, but say you still have to get back to the reception for all the guests. Caden doesn't want to go, but agrees nonetheless. His heart is overcome with passion, lust, and a burning desire for you. He holds onto your hand as you both walk back. Later, you toss your beautiful rose bouquet over your shoulder. Your teammates squeal and fight over your gorgeous bouquet. Marcia screams with delight as she catches it, bouncing up and down. You and Caden then have dessert and the wedding cake you both cut earlier. He cannot take his eyes off of you and is so affectionate and possessive now that you're finally his. His long arm rests over your chair as your coach congratulates you two.